So we'll start with counterbalance valve application, right? So this counterbalance valve, the circuit diagram is used mainly to control the downward movement of the cylinder, right? So this is the vertical cylinder what we are having. In order to control the downward movement of this one, we are using this sequence valve, right? So let us see how it will work. So this is nothing but the 3 position 4 port double solenoid operated or open center direction control valve. Let us see the different position configurations what we are going to have. First let us start with the left envelope, right? So when I am going to actuate this solenoid, this configuration is going to be actuated so that the fluid flow, whatever the pump flow that is coming, that will flow in this manner and that will circulate to the A port, that is nothing but in this direction. But here we are having the blocked condition, here we are having the blocked condition, and here we are having a one-way check valve, right? So if the pressure is more with respect to the spring force of this check valve, then obviously the fluid will flow in this manner and that will come to the blind end of the cylinder. So we will get the vertical motion of this cylinder, right? So similarly the blind end side of a cylinder, fluid will flow this manner from B port to it will reach to the tank port, right? So what will happen if I actuate this position, right? So if I actuate this position, that means the fluid will flow from pump port to the B port so that the flow can be get on the blind end side of a cylinder, and simultaneously the fluid on this rod end side of a cylinder will be circulated through this hose as well as via this line, right? But as we know that as it is a check valve, there will not be a flow further, right? Only till this point it will be restricted, but we are having the option here for the fluid flow, but the restriction is, or the constraint is, the pressure limit which you have set with the help of this spring force. This valve will not move from off center position to center position unless until I get the sufficient amount of pressure here, right? The setting of this spring force can be adjusted in such a way that how much load we are going to put, how much load that is acting on the rod end side of this cylinder, more than that force, more than that spring force we need to set here, then only this circuit will work, right? So when we are having a more pressure on the blind end side, that is going to push the cylinder more in the downward direction so that the pilot pressure can be actuated and the valve will move from off center position to center position. So I will get the flow in this manner, and it will reach to the A port, from A port to the tank port, right? So this is how the cylinder will work, right? So in the case of central position, what will happen is, so this is the central position, the flow whatever we are having, that may flow here, that may flow in this manner, or that may flow in this manner, right? So the condition is the fluid will flow in the line which is having the least resistance, right? That is what we have seen in. So the next type of circuit what we will discuss is hydraulic cylinder, which can be sequenced using 2 sequence valves, right? So where we are using this sequence valve is whenever we are having 2 or more than 2 number of operations, in those cases we are going to use sequence valve, that is the processes which are carried one after the other. In those situations we are going to use this type of sequence valve, right? So the 2 cylinders, the application of this cylinder is I want to extend this cylinder first. Once it gets extended, then only the second cylinder has to extend, right? When the second cylinder is going to be retracted, then only the first cylinder is going to be retracted, right? So this is how the sequence circuit can be discussed. Let us see how the operation will takes place, right? So in order to operate these two actuators or these two cylinders, we need two sequence valves, right? And this is, as you know, 3 position 4 port double manual operated closed center direction control valve, right? In the left envelope, in the parallel connection, the pump port will be connected to the system port A. That means this line, right? So here we are having a cross connection, right? So from here the fluid flow will take place in this manner, as well as in this manner, right? So as we are having a more resistance here, as we are having the blockage of the line where this check valve, it will not flow here obviously, but here we need more resistance. We are having a more resistance, so it will not flow here also, right? The only option is it has to flow to the blind end of a first cylinder, so that I will get the extended motion, right? So while getting the extended motion, the rod end side of a cylinder will flow in this manner, that will flow in this manner, and we are having again two options here, either via the check valve or via this sequence valve, but we are having not an option for the flow via this sequence valve. It has to flow through this check valve only, and that can be fed to this line and to the port B, from B to the T, right? So when I get complete extension of this one, that is nothing but this piston is going to be completely extended here, so that it will be completely coming out of the cylinder. In that case, the pressure on the back side will go on increasing. The same pressure is going to make the line to open. That means this pilot line, whatever we are having, that is going to move the valve position from off center to center position. Then only we will get the flow in this line. So that will be again circulated to the blind end of a cylinder, and the rod end of the cylinder flow can be supplied to the port B via to the tank. So after extending the first cylinder, then only the second cylinder is going to be extended, right? So let us see the right envelope of the direction control valve, right? So in the right envelope, the pump port will be connected to the B port. That means this line, right? So the fluid flow will take place to the rod end of a second cylinder, as well as that will flow in this manner and this manner. Here it is going to be blocked. Here we will not be getting that much of a pressure in this line to open this valve, sequence valve, right? So that I will get the retraction motion of this one. The fluid which we are having in the rod end of a blind end of a cylinder, that will flow in this line, right? So that will flow in this direction, it will flow in this manner, and that will be connected to the A port and to the tank port, right? So once I get complete retraction of the second cylinder, then there is an increase in the pressure, right? There is an increase in the pressure in this line, so that pressure will be sufficient in order to shift the valve from off center position to center position, so that again I will be getting the fluid flow in this direction, where this line it will move to the rod end of a cylinder 1, so that I will be getting a retraction motion. Again the fluid in the blind end side of a cylinder, that will be flown in this manner, in this way, and it will connect to the A port, and simultaneously it will connect to the tank port, right? So what is the use of this valve then, pressure relief valve? So if you are not going to operate either the right envelope or the left envelope, in those case it will be in a blocked condition, right? So in order to safeguard this system from the hydraulic pressure, we are using this pressure relief valve, right? So the once it reaches a sufficient amount of pressure, then the fluid flow will move from this pressure relief valve to the tank whenever it gets a sufficient amount of pressure in the line. This is how the hydraulic cylinder sequencing can be